Welcome, guys, to Rivals on the Pitch podcast. All right, today we're going to give a recap of match week 7. We go into international break, but don't worry, we have stuff to talk about. All right, we're going to go more in depth into our teams, maybe what our team needs as we have these 2 weeks off. What's expected? Can we make a turnaround? What teams are in trouble? Nottingham Forest, but we'll get into that. All right, I'm Randy, by the way, and I'm here with.
I'm Pat.
And I'm Alan.
All right.
Let's go.
So, the international break, the dreaded international break.
Again. Well, actually.
I feel like it came so fast after the last one.
It really did.
But are you prepared for the... I think they said they're going to combine all the international breaks, so it's going to be like a month long or something, so we don't have this big gap.
So,
if I remembering it correctly, but
so
I think that's for next season.
From what I understand, is this one is the last of its kind the way it is right now. So typically, teams will take off 2 weeks, right? And in those 2 weeks, they'll fit in like international games, typically like on a Thursday and then on a Tuesday, and then the 2 weeks after that is when they come back to the clubs. They do that once in September, once in October, and now what they're planning to do is essentially combine it into a 3-week period. So they would play 4 games in that 3 weeks instead of playing 4 games in 2 weeks in 2 separate months. So it's going to be a longer time off, like a bigger chunk in there, but it's only going to be 1 instead of 2. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I feel like that's a third of the month. So you're missing 3 match weeks if you have to think about it. And that's not considering...
You just start the season, play a game, and then you have off 3 weeks. I think that's sort of like a buzzkill. It sort of reminds me of when we had the last World Cup, when we had off December. It felt weird. I feel this is weird as well. I just think, I don't know. Depends when they're going to actually do that 3-week. Maybe if in October, maybe it's a little much better because it's you still have you'll be playing like 8 games by then, compared if it was in in October, then it's just 4 games and then you have off. I think it all depends on timing though.
I was thinking to myself, but wouldn't that mean that like there'll be there's bigger risk of injury? But in reality, you could lose somebody within the breaks now, but it just I don't know. I just feel like this specific break came at such a weird point because I feel like Arsenal were starting to like gain speed, and I'm sure Liverpool didn't want to go on break the way they did, or maybe they did.
No,
but
we do need a break.
Okay, all right. So I don't know. Like some people, it falls convenient timing, and others like feel like it's kind of killing momentum. So to do it only once instead of twice might be better, but
I think a 3-week will destroy momentum. I feel like a longer rest period will destroy. Yeah,
I think it depends. Like you said, if it's in October, like if right now we were going into our first international break, you kind of already built that team cohesion, and then you can go on this longer break without worrying about chopping up the season so much. So I wouldn't mind it as much because that first international break came real quick.
Yeah.
I felt like it was before you know it, what is it, week 3 or week 2? Something like that. And all of a sudden like we're back into international, and it's like, oh man, I was just getting back into the season. I was just getting into the flow of things. So I think having the international break start in October, you have some familiarity with your squad. If you have a new manager, he's building new that team cohesion, that team chemistry, and I think it's a lot easier. But it's still, I don't like the I mean, we have to have it right, but they're not my favorite. They're not.
I mean, it's just I guess getting used to it though. Like it was getting used to it when the World Cup was in Russia in December. It was weird, but I mean, we quickly forgot about it, and then everything went back to normal. I think it's just getting used to it a bit.
I'm just glad that we broke our little curse of losing every game before the international break. But how does it feel, Randy, being a loser for 2 weeks?
Loser. We're whatever. We're in second place though. Where are you still?
I was gonna say for Arsenal, a lot of people are making a little, I think, too big of a deal, but it is a good sign that we finally beat West Ham, a team that we lost to the past 2 seasons. Obviously, 2 seasons ago. Yeah, it cost us. It cost us 2 seasons ago when we were, I think it was like 2 points off the title. This 3 points cost us. So, yeah, we also broke that little bit of the. They had our number, like Randy said. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I didn't want to take the break right now. I feel like we were starting to hit that momentum.
Yeah, I think we needed
and I just gotta hope
to regather.
They all stay healthy during international.
Which team A or team B?
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, any team. I mean, they can't even stay healthy playing in the middle of the game, anyways. Odegaard's out again.
I don't even know who you're talking about anymore. Is it Liverpool or Arsenal? Because we're both stacked this season, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. You both are.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna deny that we're a stacked team this season.
You're like, we only have one player per position as backup. And I was like, okay, so that means you have one other team.
I said no. Well, that's because you said we only buy defenders, but we bought Eze, we bought Gyökeres, we bought Madueke. I mean,
if you guys end up with Semenyo, I'm gonna be so upset. He can go anywhere else.
Where's he gonna play?
United. I mean, to Man City. Hell, he can even go to Liverpool, and I wouldn't be upset.
I'll know for sure that we are signing him if he agrees to go to Tottenham.
Yeah, right. Exactly. No, actually, Daniel Levy's gone. Levy's gone. Some DJ
maybe
have put in
depends on
a
how
bid.
you finish this season. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
you think Semenyo is someone who's gonna go this winter? You think he's
no?
Or does it depend where they're gonna end up?
I think he
right
stays.
Now?
He finishes the season, I believe.
He's gonna be too expensive in the winter, unless someone's ready to drop 100.
Yeah.
Unless Pat, all your wingers get injured, then you'll probably cash.
I know,
but
right?
I feel like that would be a panic buy, but I honestly think he stays till the end of the season.
I guess we'll see.
It's not a panic
He's in good
buy.
form.
It's
might as
more
well
of
keep the good form
not
going.
Let everybody else get good buy.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the players in the winter, you gotta spend the money. Yeah. That's just how the winter windows goes. Which is why during the summer transfer window, I feel like City flew under the radar. But that's because they spent all this money in the winter, the prior, because they were already their season was over, I think, by January. So,
and it could be over again. Rodri's out. Rodri got injured, and we saw how big that was last season. I mean, we'll wait and see how long the injury he's out for. But we saw how big of a miss he was last season, and I mean, the midfield is much better this season than last season, but he's still, the glue of that team, and he's the driving force of it. So we'll see what Pep does.
I saw some talk going about what's going on at City, because they did win this past weekend, but they only won by 1 goal, and they kind of struggled to keep it. Obviously, with Rodri out, that does make a difference. However, they were able to manage some games without him. But a lot of people are saying that it's Kevin De Bruyne that's really the missing puzzle piece that's not making them play the way. Look at what he's doing at
Napoli.
Yeah, he's making United players look good.
Look at Højlund, yeah. So, Højlund and McTominay, they're all excelling under him.
They're building a statue for McTominay.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they are.
He's a Serie A player of the season, player of the player for Napoli. Oh my God! Well, I mean,
take notes, Manchester United players. Just leave the club.
Yeah,
it's best for you.
It might not be the players, guys. It might not be the player United. It might not be the players.
It was Ronaldo.
Yeah, I know.
It was Ronaldo.
It was Ronaldo.
It was the training grounds.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now, hopefully they learned the lesson, because now they gotta wash.
Or lack of.
Yeah, they gotta wash their own new uniforms. So take note.
Wash the socks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Next season, I heard
Don't
their
mix your
sponsors
your red
Hanes.
shirt with your
Hanes.
white shorts. Come on. Ooh, ketchup.
Well, yeah,
nice.
their sponsor next season is Hanes, so it's just a little easier, a little cheaper to maintain. Right. Just go down to the Walmart, get yourself a Man United jersey 3-pack. Another player that I feel like has been mentioned a lot as a missing piece is Trent Alexander-Arnold. A lot of people are saying that he's the even though he I don't know. How do you guys feel about that one?
It's like he disrupted the chemistry by leaving. So now you have Salah with a new midfield, with a new front striker, with a new fullback. Who's back there?
You got Sobo
but it's the
Frimpong.
It's so either Soboslai, Frimpong, or Bradley, and all. I mean, the two defenders, Frimpong and Bradley, haven't panned out, which is why most likely we're going with Dominic Soboslai, who is our midfielder, and he has done much better as a right back. But yeah, that's what I've was reading about as well. That even though Trent wasn't the best defensively, everyone knew the assignment. They knew they had to go and cover him. And then again, Trent with his passes and his chemistry with Mo Salah, which made the team better. But yeah, we're starting from scratch. We're more defensive mindedly with Frimpong and Bradley, but you can see we allowed 9 goals, and I think we had less goals when we had Trent on the team, against us.
Yeah, I think I saw that you guys at this point had only two goals conceded versus the 9 you guys have now.
Yeah. So sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, so does this kind of reflect what we were saying, that he was playing, Arne Slot was with Klopp's team, and now that he's trying to change things, is it?
I was going to say,
you have to change things.
On top of that, I think we say a lot that the best defense is a good offense, right? And I feel like Salah has been struggling as well this season. I think he's got like the least successful dribbles this season so far in the Prem as a winger. So did Trent allow for him to be able to basically be one-on-one, because Trent was a very forward-minded defender, wingback, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, I mean, I think obviously that was a Klopp thing that Klopp put in place, and now it's no longer there. So I feel like this season,
Luis Diaz as well. We had Luis Diaz on the left-hand side, which also freed up Mo Salah. I just think it's like I said, it's just getting used to it now. The new we're not doing the 4-3-3 that we used to do, which Mo Salah was used to. He was a winger. Now he's playing more like a midfielder. So I think it's still, and you have all these new players, Wirtz, Isak, Ekitike, and then you got to get used to playing with Bradley and Frimpong, who are on the right side. I think it's just time to get chemistry a little bit. But yeah, it's Salah hasn't been his best, as we can see in the Chelsea game, where even Dominic Soboslai was giving them some, yelling at him for, I think it was for not trying to at least run back and help defensively.
It's because his hearing aid wasn't turned on. That's what it was.
Oh, really? Hearing aid? Okay.
As an old man,
I mean,
he's 33 years old.
Mo Salah, but Mo Salah has never been the one who comes back to defend. That was the thing he made with Arne Slot. He's like, bro, I'm not going to defend. I'm going to be up front. But I think at this point, I think you need to at least, run back and at least offer a hand. We're in a transition period. We are trying to.
No wonder he had so much energy.
Does he have the stamina though to do that? Yeah, exactly. Does he have?
No wonder he stays healthy.
He has the stamina.
Because he doesn't use it. It's like you on FIFA. You don't use your sprint. That's why you always have sprint at the end of the game.
Wow.
You don't help us on defense.
Okay. Respect. You got to check your glasses. You need better prescription. I'm gonna pull Cunha and go after your glasses.
Oh, no.
Do you? I feel like this season we are seeing what I thought we'd see more of in Arne Slot's first season. he's kind of getting found out now. He's twinkling with the club system, and it's now they're having to get adjusted. Where last season it was a little bit more of the same, maybe a little more possession instead of more transition, but.
Yeah, it's like back then you didn't want to make too many changes, so which is why everybody, I think, played well and we won the title that year. Now this one, it's Arne Slot. It's no longer the Jurgen Klopp system. That's why we have a new formation, new players. But even though we've played bad, we've allowed 9 goals in, we were still in first place, still undefeated, and then look at now, we're still in second place. So this is us, not saying at our worst, maybe defensively at our worst, but yet we are still in second place, which is something to keep our sights on. And imagine if we fire on all cylinders, then I think we'd be I'm not saying unstoppable, but we'd be a tough team to beat. But this is us being at our worst, and yet we're still in second place.
So I wouldn't say that. I would not say that.
Well, that's from the cushion from the first couple of games. I feel like
but that's what you do. You have to win those games, and this allows you to have 1 or 2 games off.
Well, you're saying at your worst we're still second, but at your worst that's 3 losses in a row.
Yeah, but this Champions League, but I'm saying, but still, looking at it, it's still early in the Champions League. We're still in second place in the Premier League, and we have the international break right now. So it does give us a little leeway. It does give us time to see. We know defensively we're horrible. And now with Alisson gone, we have to figure out what we're going to do with the right back. We have to figure out what we're going to do with our left back. I think it's put Robertson in. Kirkus hasn't been working at the moment. As you saw last game, we went back with our trusted 3, Dominic Soboslai, McAllister, and Gavin Birch. I think that's what we got to do. Go back to what got us there and then maybe put him in as a sub or something. But right now we have to right the wrongs, and then try to get some points.
Why he nervous?
I think he did. I think he did wrong the rights with all the changes.
That's but then you know what I meant.
So,
but
honestly, I think it's a lot of you're implementing a lot of changes. You introduce a lot of players.
Some were forced on him. I mean, Nunes wanted to leave.
Trent already decided to leave with
But not only are you introducing new players, you're also introducing their characters or characteristics. Like, sure, Isaac is a great striker, but was he going to fit? I'm sure he will eventually, but you try to change the whole lineup. Like, you had two changes in the midfield, 2 changes in the backfield, and then up front you had a change. So that's like a total of 5 changes to the starting lineup from last season.
A little bit on each.
It's a lot to. So it's like you kind of you weren't able, like, not. Well, it's kind of a criticism towards Slot, but you weren't able to make the necessary adjustments to make that firing on all cylinders, like if you want to say, So to say this is the worst that's going to be, you might be right, but you might want to.
I know. I said it could be worse. I mean, Alisson is injured. A lot of changes. And he's helped us.
And Kelleher left, right?
Yeah, Kelleher left. But the goalkeeper, Marmadashvili, he had a good debut though. He did well. So he's a starter. He was a starter in La Liga, so that's good. At least we have a good backup. But I think Alisson, I don't know how long he's out for, honestly. I think he comes back at the end of November. But I mean, if this is the worst that happens, injury is part of the game. Good thing we have the international break. That's 2 weeks to figure something out. Hopefully we come back and it's against Manchester United, which is a good game to come back after, especially since
imagine the scenes.
I know. But, let's not get ahead. But I think that's a good game to come back and get 3 points. But that is.
All right,
it was disappointing, but especially because Chelsea was out Cole Palmer, and yet everyone stepped up, and that's what we talked about. I think 2 episodes ago, that Chelsea without Cole Palmer is not a threat, but Moises Caicedo stepped up. The the young kid
Estevao.
Yeah, came up and came in clutch with that last minute winner. Enzo even showed up, and they had a lot of injuries as well, and they came in and played well. But congrats to them. But
isn't it so? I mean, it's not. It's probably not. I don't want to say it's funny, but you guys see how much Cucurella gets beat up.
Oh yeah,
his hair is just like. Oh man, I must feel bad, but it's kind of funny.
I didn't mind him when he was on Brighton, but now that he's on
sometimes
Chelsea,
he does it.
I can't stand him. I can't stand him.
But not Chelsea had a phenomenal game. Honestly, they played so well. Yeah. I think Liverpool maybe had like 20 minutes in the second half where they looked like they were going to get back into it. So right after the goal, actually, the equalizer. But then eventually the goal, the winner came. Another last minute, it's like 3-3 to the end. But
either it's funny, we die by the sword or live by the sword. We win last minute or we lose last minute, and it's just
I know.
It better not be the the highlight of the season. It better not be like the season talking point. This frustration.
It's like that's
why I drink.
You're singing a different tune compared to what you were saying. Sounding a little different from when the optimism you had before the season started.
We're still gonna win it.
Yeah. Okay.
We're still gonna win it. Don't worry. Yeah. We're in second place.
You hear that?
Still.
You hear
that? Struggle bus?
No, that's Thomas the Frank.
Oh my! Get out of here!
Rolling.
No. Get out of here!
Oh yeah. And then he hits a snow patch in Bobo Glint, right?
Hey, we haven't lost in the Champions League, so hey,
we haven't either. And actually,
but you couldn't even beat the team.
You couldn't beat the team that was in the Europa League last season. So let's go.
Yeah, let's see you face Galatasaray. Good luck.
We did. We lost, but we did. We were down to 10
there
men.
You go.
So.
You said you lost. Oh, okay. No own goals.
So,
no.
No own goals for Tottenham this past weekend, but 2-1 win. Even though Leeds played well,
they did. I didn't realize that they hadn't lost that. Leeds hadn't lost at home for over a year, and I was like, Randy always
but it's because they weren't in the Premier League.
I mean, but still the crowd still.
Yeah, they had a good record.
They're known for it. And Randy's always like, but they're playing at home, and home. I always kind of dismiss it, but sometimes it is true.
Yeah,
that home atmosphere really does bring the best. But it was a good game. I think we didn't play our absolute best. I think honestly, it's Ordebear and Tell. I think they're good young players, but Tell kind of had a better game than usual. Ordebear on that left, you can see the difference between when we go attacking towards the left or towards the right. It's night and day. Kudus on the left, on the right. He's a phenomenal player. Great, strong on the ball. Creative, great crosser and everything. But then you go on the left hand, and it's just not there. Even with Javi kind of, Javi kind of leans towards the left too to help out, and so I think if depending on where we are, I wouldn't mind seeing something happen in the January transfer window to kind of help out that left hand side.
What about who did you send out on loan? Mikey Moore?
He's having, I guess he's not really playing that much over there with Rangers, and a lot of people are complaining about. I think the whole Rangers club. I think the fans are kind of.
They just
there's something going on over there.
Yeah,
there's so that might be a good time to either bring him back, or I wouldn't mind seeing him in the championship. Speaking of loans, we'll get back. Just remind me, I have a question about loans.
No,
unless you want to get into it right now.
Let's get into it.
Well, let me finish up with those Spurs then.
All right.
Oh my god.
Everybody wants to hear this.
That's next episode.
Everybody's a Spurs fan.
Who's everyone?
Come on, we're everybody.
And maybe everyone in your household.
I have a recording from Randy. Watch me play.
Oh,
I love
nice.
Spurs so
Wow.
much. Can't wait to see New Jersey.
Wait, how are you doing
my
that?
God.
With speaking with
It
that
wasn't
movie in your
it.
mouth?
Maybe that was when I was. Maybe that's when I had COVID. Because
That was a real recording. But good game. I think I actually did predict a 2-1, but it wasn't the official prediction.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Backtracking again. We have proof. Roll the tape,
But
Pat. Roll the
if
tape.
you listen to the last episode, but yeah, it's great to see the team. I think seeing Javi in the number 10 position it's really exciting to see him there.
That's what I was gonna say. Are you happy he was there?
There needs to be that click. Yeah, but we're still waiting for that click. Last season, we were losing by one score. It was either 1-0, 2-1. We were losing by one goal, and I was like, man, we just gotta click. We just gotta click, and we'll start winning games. Here, this season's a little bit of a better situation where I think we need a click, but we're still coming away with points from these matches. Last season it was like once we click, we might win games. Right now it's once we click, I think we're gonna be a really good opposition. Towards I think we could take on anybody in the league. That's if we click. Oh come on, just wait till November, November 23rd, 24th. But that's the thing. Last year we would have lost that Wolves game. We would have lost that Wolves games 2-0. So it does seem to be like a different trend. The Brentford game or the Brighton game. Yeah, we would have lost that game too. We would have, maybe instead of getting the equalizer, we would have fallen short. But this season, it seems more solid. We're not there yet, but it seems a lot more solid. It's more watchable. It's more. You can tell there's a better foundation laid out, and you can see how Forest is right now.
More watchable, so it's much more enjoyable than Angeball.
No, I wouldn't say more enjoyable. Edgeball was just something where when it was good, it was great, and you were really excited to watch it. But most of the time, it was very much frustrating, especially defensively. I'm telling you, we were conceding these dumb goals that and it's getting beat constantly. And after a while, it was like, okay, this no longer is exciting. Like 1 out of 5 games is exciting, and the other 4 games are torture. So I'd rather not do all that. But hey, we had a good 10 games undefeated 2 years ago. Thanks for that. But
the first 10, right?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
But
and then you went 10 games losing streak or so.
Yeah,
just went the polar opposite. But whatever. That was last season. That was season 2. Now it's season 3, where it's a different main character.
I don't know where Andrew's season 3 is going to end up. But so I had a question, and Pat, you brought it up with the loans. If you had a loan player on your team, and you're the manager of your team, what league would you want him to go to?
I would say probably the championship is one. Just because you stay in, you kind of get you see familiar teams as they come back the following season. My second pick would probably be the German league. Just because they have good teams, like Borussia is a development machine. But there's a lot of talent that's come out of there. Third, I would probably say the French league, just because they also create a lot of talent. The only reason why I wouldn't say the Spanish league is because they develop a lot of homegrown talent. And if it's
the size difference is
it's
a big deal. We had you get a lot of players from La Liga, and they're a little smaller. They're more technical.
Yeah.
But then you put them against, the opposition from, teams from the Premier League or the Bundesliga, and then it's like, yeah, you're undersized. We saw it a lot with some of the guys that we got.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I agree with you. I would go with championship first. Because you're staying in England, you're staying home, so that's familiar. That's what you're going to play in when you come back. It is competitive.
It is competitive.
And you played like the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, where you get to face those teams that you're going to see in the Premier League, so it's familiarity. So I agree with you on that one. I mean, that's where I would basically try to get them alone to, honestly, in the championship at least.
I think I will put Bundesliga
first.
first, and then the championship.
Just
I
because
think
it's top tier. But then I
think
feel like
so.
they're less likely to get playing time. That's the only thing.
That's true. I guess it depends, but I think because right now we have Vuskovic over there with Hansberg. Yeah, and everyone's there. I guess his brother used to plays for that team, but he got like a 3-year ban because of drugs. So he's over there playing center back. And they're like he's already the captain of like the defensive. I mean, they just got newly promoted. But I feel like the competition, like you said, Portsmouth, Frankfurt, they have really good I'm gonna say academy, but coaching staff, or they're meant to develop players.
Yeah.
You know, they know that they're not the final stepping stone of these players.
Yeah,
they're more of a, hey, we're gonna take you in, develop you, and then sell you. But I think to me, the German league right now, compared to the Premier League, I think it'll be a good fit. And then championship, like you said, the familiarity, can't say the word, familiarization. Familiarity. Jesus Christ. Is more of is on par, you know?
Yeah. I think England has the best second tier in the world. I think the championship probably beats out any other second tier league.
I think they can compete with most first league bottom half tables. Like if you give me the Liga bottom half, I'm sure the championship will compete.
Oh yeah, like if Leeds had gotten like promoted, but then they went to like the Liga instead, I feel like they'd finish mid-table easy.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I agree.
Or France too.
I think championship gets a lot of stake for it, but they're actually pretty. They have decent teams, so yeah, I think that'd be the perfect place to loan out your player. And then if you need to recall them real quick, it's just a bus drive down the road or whatever. But yeah, I think it's good. It's good for their growth to be home.
But why not? But what about the opposite? Have him go somewhere if he's a young kid. Have him go somewhere over, abroad, Germany, France,
Saudi,
where he doesn't
get that money and come back.
Where he doesn't know the language, right? And he
MLS?
needs to grow in that aspect. Challenges, diversity, and all that.
I think MLS would be a good second choice as well, because
no.
For a loanee, yeah, why not?
I don't know.
It's different.
Maybe. But
look at what Barcelona is in with I think Puig. They sent him over
but
there.
He's not coming back. I mean, he went to.
Yeah, but still, that's just like a little stepping stone. You don't want to. I feel like if you come from an academy like Barcelona, like he did, and you go to the MLS, you're supposed to not be mediocre. You're supposed to be in the top. So at least it helps with your confidence a bit. You're playing against grown men and everything like that. You'll come back.
I just think
with ice after you're going to come back.
Who knows?
But I mean, I don't know. Those would be my picks. Just like I said, just from the talent that's come from the Bundesliga. I mean, Gundogan, Haaland, Aubameyang, Ozil, Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, and then from the French league, I mean, even just from Arsenal, we got both Gabriel and Saliba from the French league. So,
we got Kevin Danzo. Pretty good. Yeah, he was playing in mid-table. I think on a mid-table team in France, and he turned out to be
they're mid-table in England. So,
there you go. Never left. Right. Okay. It feels like home.
All right, so I think we should jump to Manchester United, get their first convincing win. I would say first no asterisk win.
That's true. A good showing.
You know what?
Goal
and I
by
gotta say,
Mason
I think
Let's go.
I think they listened to the podcast because I did mention that it's time to put in lemons in and get what did they?
Yeah, that's true.
They put
they have plenty of lemons on the field already.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah. Because they're all sour, man. They're all sour patches. But he did a good showing, and I feel he solidified his starting position. He's starting, his place.
Cunha.
It was one good showing. I mean, it was at home. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's not a good match against Liverpool, but we'll see. I think he is the better option out of all the goalkeepers they have. Might as well.
It seems that Mason Mount is the preferred over Cunha at the moment.
Hey, changes have
Maybe
to
it's
be
the
made, and
attitude.
I guess that's what.
But how does
Ruben.
that feel? You get the number 10 jersey.
Oh, huh.
What?
You get the number 10 jersey, and then you go on the bench, huh?
Well, I mean, the
Isn't that
thing is
snake?
that, but the thing he started because he was supposed to. Well, he was there. That was their first signing. He's been there all preseason. You know what I mean? He
But
was
what did we
supposed to be
mention?
the
Cunha
person.
has that attitude problem. So maybe there's something behind the
Yeah.
scenes. Maybe he's just fed up with the losing and Bruno missing penalties, and he's like, I can probably do this. Maybe there's a little turmoil in the back, and he's like, you know what? I don't like this. Your bench,
Yeah.
put in Mason Mount. That's what we discussed. He's like a problem child. He can deliver on the field, but it's its attitude that could be a driving factor in certain decisions.
You can also try to create, like we mentioned, competition within the squad.
Yeah.
But because Mason Mount isn't just a nobody either,
That's true.
He was a decent fee.
But he's been
Chelsea.
injured. Yeah, but
maybe
he hasn't done anything. When he came to Man U, he was injured for the longest time.
Maybe they're playing him. They're like, oh, he's gonna get injured eventually, so just play him until he gets injured because we're running out of time here.
Get our money's worth out of it.
But yeah,
so far he scored a goal. Keep feeding him the ball. Keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, goal and Sesko also another goal for Sesko.
Yeah.
All right, so finding his feet finally. Another Bundesliga player.
The United Strand guy. Is he cutting his hair soon?
Well, they play Liverpool next.
No, he's gonna lose.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, they're losing. That's why. He's got to wait again. He's got to start all over again.
Reset the.
It's at Anfield, so I don't see it honestly happening. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
If United
he's
can
dyed his
turn
hair,
it
so he's got to
around,
figure what else to do with it.
He did. If United can turn it around. Okay, at this point, what is a successful season for United? Sitting 10th right now. They were 16th last season. So low on the table. And they're 10th now. What is success this season?
I think they have to get back into
over
Europe.
10.
No, I think success is Europe, yeah.
Confederation League.
Yeah, I think any sort of Europe for them is success. Getting that money because we know that they're struggling. They're washing their own clothes. They need that money.
Borrowing socks from Everton, there you go.
So that I think that's success to me. I think finishing above 16, it's not anything to celebrate.
But let's be 10th, realistic.
It's a loss.
What is a realistic expectation for them this season? I think it's getting.
But it's Manchester United.
Yeah, but
I think realistic.
You said that last season, the
10th.
season before that, and yeah, I think real will be finishing above 10th, maybe just outside of 7th place. Maybe. Yeah, I feel like that would be the best for them, and that's a big improvement from last season. I mean, if they get goals and stuff like that, at least clean sheets, I think they will be looking decent for next year. But that depends who the coach will be. They need a goalkeeper. Let's see if Lamens can be that goalkeeper. And then after that, we'll see what happens. Clean sheets at least get you points.
Yeah. You sign Cunha, you sign Mbeumo, you sign Sesko, you sign a goalkeeper. And they weren't cheap. None of these players were cheap. Yeah. So you want to say 10th? I think you got at least 6. Top 6. You got to go back to the top 6 to be successful.
But who's challenging them for top 6? Let's name them all off the bat. Are they going to best them? Doubt it.
All right. So let's say Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea finished top 4, I would say.
Wow. Wait, who's in third right now? Come on.
That's for now. Well, maybe Bournemouth?
Okay, so for now,
I think
Arsenal,
5 and 6,
Tottenham, Bournemouth.
5 and 6
it's hard for them.
Tottenham and anybody
Newcastle.
else. Could be Villa, Newcastle, yeah.
Villa.
And then you got Spurs too in there. I think it's very difficult right now.
Newcastle.
Bournemouth is on fire. Maybe they can keep that momentum and at least get the highest position they've been.
They can't keep their players.
We'll see, but they've done well without we demolished their defense and their goalkeeper, and they are in 4th place. they've done well.
Yeah, they didn't skip a beat.
So I think that's their competition. It's Villa, Newcastle, Tottenham to me. That's who they're going to be fighting for those.
Yeah, and I don't think they can do it. I think that's why, realistically, I feel like they can be like 10, 9, 8, maybe 7 the highest, but
that's not successful, I don't think. I think they're going to be wanting more. You can't be Manchester United.
Of course they want more, but you gotta
celebrating 7th.
Or you want to go back to being celebrating 16th. That is an improvement from last season. And if you can work off of this with the goalkeeper that you got, and if your strikers eventually get chemistry and they fire on all cylinders, that's great. Then you know what you got to fix is that back line, the defense you have to fix. Yeah. Midfield, I think you're fine, but I think you need to. That's your next problem. Yeah.
No more free advice.
Realistically, they're not a Champions League team, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think realistically, they probably told Amorim like the goal is to get back into Europe in any sort of the sense, and I think Conference League might buy him time, but I don't think it's the goal. I think overachieving would be if they get top 4. I think if they get top 4, like he gets himself a contract extension, etc. If he gets into Europa, I think good season. On to improve. The season after that, they're going to expect them to get back into Champions League. But I think what's realistic for them is top 10.
That's exactly.
I think they can achieve that.
Realistic, sure, but successful.
Successful would be top
success for them.
6.
I mean,
top 6.
But what has been successful these past years under Manchester United? What has been
their whole motto was
in second place.
Their whole motto was silverware every year, no matter what it is.
Exactly. When you're trying to actively become better, you can't just say, "Okay, we'll settle for anything over 16th." You have to, realistically, same. I think
because we're just speaking about the league, right? Because if they win a Carabao Cup and finish 12th, I think that's a fail, right? I don't think they're gonna accept that, will they?
No, but I think
that's the same thing with Eric Ten Hag. They're gonna learn from that mistake. And they'll be like, no, it's a repeat of what happened. You have to. The main goal is Premier League, and trying to get into Europe somehow. I don't care about Carabao Cup or FA Cup. The like you said, success is getting into Europe, and that might be the conference.
I think a Europa League position. I think that can kind of say, okay, we're heading in the right direction.
Right. Yeah, I know. I agree.
But that's a lot to ask.
In the winter? Did they back Amorim in the winter?
Hey,
how much more cuts are they going to make in the stadium?
Yeah, what are you going to cut? Start charging for parking?
I know.
Parking
Disney prices, bro. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta. It's like when you go to the third world country and they charge you for a piece of toilet paper. That's what they're gonna do now.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
I heard this United strand guy's gonna donate his hair, see how much he can get. Yeah.
To help out.
He's gonna make a lot of money off of that because they ain't winning 5 in a row.
All right. So, just because very similar seasons, was successful for Tottenham?
Remember, they weren't anywhere in your list, Alan. In the top 6.
You had a lot of opinions about United. Come on.
I do, and I'm gonna be harder on Tottenham because I think anything outside top 6, top 5 is a failure. I think, like I said last episode, you brought in a lot of these players, and you got rid of Levy, so now your intent is to be competitive on all fronts. Your intent is to win games. Your intent is to be a top team in the league, and that's what I'm going to hold you against. Hold you against. I can't.
Wow, you sound like Gibbs White being held hostage right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, isn't that?
So I think I want a Champions League position next season. I think that's what we need to compete for, and I think we don't have to win the Champions League or the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, but I do want to be competitive in those. I don't want to just early departures from those leagues either,
What's that mean? Like semis?
Like semis, yeah.
At least lose
quarter
to a good
semis.
team, not like
Yeah,
a
Grimsley or
second
something.
division team. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like put up, be watching Champions League, thinking, okay, we have a shot.
Yeah.
But definitely come back to the Champions League next season, finish in the top 5. Top 5, I think right now is what I want. Do we want to win the league? Of course. Do I think we're gonna win the league? Of course. No, I think we're
not this season.
I think,
but eventually.
like I said, I think our left side of the field, our left winger is a big gaping hole right now, and I think those players will be good in the future. But right now, it's gonna keep us from achieving some of these goals.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens in January transfer window. If we are competitive up until December,
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe they see the opportunity to spend some money and then finally, have that little momentum to launch us forward a little bit more that we haven't had in the last forever years. We got to the Champions League final and we still didn't spend after that, or we spent poorly. So with Levy out, you're telling us like, okay, we're gonna handle business a little bit differently. Is it better or is it worse? I don't know yet.
We'll see.
But the January is the first transfer window without him, so let's see how that goes.
I feel. I mean, yeah, I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. I have a feeling that everything's gonna depend on where you are by the time that window opens. Obviously, things could still. There's plenty of time for things to go wrong.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm just curious to see how that's going to affect it. Like, if you're right outside top 6 by January, is that gonna push them to say, all right, well, now let's get over the line, let's back them up, let's back up, or if he's like, already in the top 6, and they're gonna be like, you know what, we can do with what we have, which I feel like was a Levy thing.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I think would change.
Because they might want to hold off to the summer, you know what I mean? If they're like, no, top 6 is good enough. Let's just,
And
hold
what
off.
about if you bring in new players? They're probably going to get a different wage compared to what Levy was offering them. So the players who were signed under Levy are be like, wait, why does this guy have a better wage than what we had? Levy's gone, so I might want to renegotiate my contract and be on a higher wage bill.
I mean,
because the guys you just bought, is basically getting double because you guys have the lowest wage bill. So I think that might do a little, turn some heads, seeing, oh, the new guy just came in. I've been here longer, and yet he's getting paid more weekly than I am.
I mean, I think they obviously have to have some foresight on that. I'm pretty sure they know that's going to happen, and you'll probably see a lot of contracts renewed or extended, or which honestly might work out for us because it's like, hey, why is this guy? He's coming in with these wages. Like, I want my wages done, and they're like, okay, well, here's another 5 years, and we'll fix your wages, and now you have a player for another 5 years.
And you got to take into consideration
Chelsea does it.
Harry Kane's wages for next season.
I know, because when he comes back, because when we get that Champions League,
I feel like it's written. It's written. I think he thinks he's going to win the Champions League this season, and if he does, he's coming back.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And if Tottenham get into Champions League next season,
so that was the one thing I heard that it was a lot of hearsay, but if it was like mandatory for us to have Champions League for him to even consider it. But then he was on a interview when he was like, "Oh, I love being here in Bayern," but Bayern, he scored he's insane right now.
Records.
Yeah,
he's breaking records, and Bayern don't want to. I don't know if they haven't extended his contract, but what's going on? But he's going to be a free agent, and I don't know if it's his age, but he's going to be 33. No, you just spend 80 something 90 on Sesko.
Yeah, but he's fucking free agent, and there was
if he doesn't come to us.
No, I think it's written in the stars for him to go back to Spurs, retire at Spurs, and hopefully make one last run and get you a silverware or something like that.
You know how big that would be,
especially with the team you have now. I think that's more enticing. It's more like, you know what, this is interesting. I can see myself actually joining this team. I got Kudos. I got all these other players in the back.
Kudos and Javi behind him. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something that's very interesting, attractive.
I'll get you guys jerseys.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Okay, slim fits
He's
for everybody.
thinking it though. Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess you can only see the top half of me. I guess. All right. I think it's time we talk about the elephant in the room. And I'm not talking about the Slimfit jerseys.
Oh man,
Arsenal, top of the league.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
One
and what does that mean?
1 point.
Guys, tell me it's real.
You've been on the top of the league.
Tell me it's time.
It's
Tell me
just
it's
setting
time.
up the perfect heartbreak.
Tell me this is it.
Yeah.
No.
Lie to me again.
You said that last season. You said that how many seasons?
I feel like I'm in
You
an
should know
abusive
history.
relationship. It just keep coming back.
It's it's like FIFA.
Yeah, we know.
You start losing games and you hate it, and then you win games. You're like, oh, I'll buy the next one, and then you lose games.
And I'll tell you why things feel different this time. Because I feel like we didn't have like the best start.
You said that
obviously,
last year too.
But like when we played Manchester United was all over us, and we still won that game. So I feel like even at our worst, like I feel like one of the hardest games this season was probably Liverpool at Anfield. That's probably the hardest game that we're gonna have this season, I think. On paper.
What about
away to Anfield,
Man City at
to
home?
the champions? I mean, I'm not.
You came
I'm not
back
scared
and
of Man City.
drew.
They're just not the same. Yeah, but they said
Yeah,
they
but
played
you were
the low block, and we still broke them down. We just ran out of time, but we dominated that game. Like we were a better team. I feel like
you guys barely beat West Ham. You guys got a penalty because you guys rolled. I don't know how you guys got that penalty when it happened right outside the box.
The law says if the tackle carries into the box, it's a
yeah, because it was in motion.
So basically, so that was a 1-0. That was a 1-0 game.
Nah, I think that it was gonna come either way, but
West Ham was playing well. They were defensively well, but then once
they were defensive. But that's the thing is like we always struggle with these. We struggle with these low blocks, and then I feel like just getting West Ham, like finally, the team that got us the last 2 seasons with the low blocks.
We've been
But it was the new coach as well, so he didn't have enough time to implement his game plan.
At London Stadium in years, and we beat them too, so maybe it's our time. Huh?
All right.
Oh, you're both getting second.
I'll let you dream.
You're both getting second.
You're gonna let me dream
for second.
I'm not gonna let you dream. I wanted, for selfish reasons, I wanted Chelsea and Liverpool to tie, so that my mini league points I would get at least 1 point. And I didn't want to see you on top. I didn't want to see Arsenal get, because I was like, I knew it's coming.
Every Arsenal
I thought it was going to be a draw.
But
they would have still been on top because of goal difference, but still.
So
it's just 1 point.
I'll ask this, and then we can move on. Tell me, give me 2 reasons. That. Give me 1 reason why Arsenal can win it this season, and then give me 1. Yeah. Why they would win it this season, and give me 1 reason why they won't or can't.
Okay. Reason why they'll win the season is because they're the league's golden boys, and they get all the calls. The reason they won't is because they're gonna break under pressure, and I think the Arteta's tactics aren't gonna work all the way, because I think he's changing too much right now, and I think he thinks he has the league figured out, and he doesn't want to expose too much, so he defends a lot, trying to avoid those issues that you had last season. And I think it's gonna be something where you come up short. You might not lose a whole lot of games, but you might draw a whole lot of games.
And
Randy,
yeah, I think the reason you might win is because of depth.
Oh, he set us up. He's gonna record.
We saw what happened last season. Don't worry about it. It ain't gonna be used. But I think what you have is depth, which is compared to last season, which is what killed you. I mean, Odegaard right now, I think he's on the decline. His stats have been going down, and then he's injured again. So I think you got to move past them. But you have Mourinho's playing well. Califlori's playing well. Eze showed a glimpse of even Saka has been well. Even Manu Dueke has been playing well. I just think Gyökeres is the reason why you won't. He's failed when he was in the Premier League. He was in the Championship and on so many loans, and yet he has failed in England, in the UK. He's only succeeded in Portugal. So now he's back in England, where he's been a failure. So I think it's hard for him to get out of that. Yeah, so I just think you put so much money and reliance on him, but I don't think you're gonna get it because of
failure.
like Alan says.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. My bad. He doesn't listen to this, but I just think I agree with Alan. I think Arteta has been playing too defensive, and I believe that's going to be going to a lot of draws, and that's what's going to be the difference. And
I will say
in the end,
one thing, and I didn't say this, but one
think
thing
about
I
it, Alan.
do.
Think about it before you say it.
Yeah, turn off the camera.
One thing I do,
Alan, you change your mind about predictions. You can still change your mind about this.
You can censor me and block my voice. One thing I do, I don't say admire, but one thing that I can appreciate is Arteta has been there for how long? He has implemented a system. He has everybody playing. Everybody's on the same mindset, basically. You know, everyone's
Everybody
thinking
sees
rabbit.
the duck.
Yeah, or the rabbit, you know, and
I was just gonna say that
true.
everyone sees a fucking duck.
You implement something for so long that all it might just have to take is for the new players that are integrated to jump on board, and that might be it, and they'll just run away with the league. And
I'll get you a jersey.
I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. No, I have a.
But then again, okay, look,
I don't need toilet paper.
Okay.
but that's what I'm saying.
But then again, that falls down to if Manchester United would give the exact same time that Arsenal gave Arteta, I think things would be much different. But everyone doesn't have the patience for it. Everyone wants to win now, and that was the thing. You mean you suffered how many years under Arteta, and then second place? But how can you know if it's the right person if you don't give him time? It was Arteta, first time coach. Yes, he played for Arsenal, and yet, you know. Okay, we'll see. No, but I mean, good for Arteta.
So how much time are you going to give Ange?
I still think.
How much time do you give Ange? How much time does Forrest give Ange then?
The way it's going,
it really depends
on you know.
If he gets to 10 games with no wins, I'd say that's it for him. Unfortunately, the standard for Forrest was set high by Nuno.
That's true. It was.
It was set way too high, but it was set high by Nuno. He basically says it's possible to do this. So that's what they're expecting of Ange, essentially. So
here's a better team. I did more with less.
Yeah.
So prove it that their decision was right.
Yeah.
You know.
At the end of the day, so does West Ham finish above Forest this season? Then I think we talked about it last episode, but
yeah.
I was going to ask you, what do they look? Because you faced both Forest and
it was
West Ham.
Very similar setup, exactly what we expected. The low block, you know what I mean, being very patient at the back.
But there was both their first games under as coach for those games.
Yeah.
So it's not enough time to give them their game plan, but still, I mean, you got to face both of them.
Yep. So
you never answered your own question.
What's that?
Give us one reason you won't win the league.
About why they will.
One reason you
won't.
So I think the reason why, I just think it's also the depth. Like Randy said, Odegaard's dealing with injuries. But we have Eze now with the Gyökeres. I think I honestly don't think he's a flop. I think he's got 3 goals in 7 games. I think that's pretty decent. But the thing is that he's made, you said Eze's, been able to play. Saka's been playing better. Everybody else has been playing better. And I think it's because now they're not doubling up on our only game changer, which was Saka. Now Gyökeres gets double marked and then leaves everybody else open. But again, it's this depth. When Saka was out injured, we had Nani Madueke, and he was showing flair. Now he's injured, but Saka's back, and now it's like we didn't miss a beat really. So that's, I think, why we're going to make it this season. A reason why we won't make it this season.
Here we go.
I will agree. I feel like sometimes Arteta is still a new manager. This is his first real gig. And I feel like the inexperience sometimes, I think the last couple of seasons is what made him fall short towards the end of those seasons. I feel like he was unable to handle... I think every season, every manager is going to end up falling off. Like we said, every team's going to struggle at a certain point of the season.
Yeah.
And for the big teams at a certain point of the season, you start dropping points to the Brightons, the Bournemouths. And I feel like we haven't been able to handle that. And I feel like he's been lacked that experience. So I feel like that could be a doing if we get to the end of the season. Let's say we get to like, I don't know, April, and we're like 5 points, 3 points apart from like either City or Liverpool or anybody else. I feel like some inexperience there on how to manage the games is gonna cost. It's gonna cost us.
So you
And
think
if you
playing
don't
catch up
win,
won't work?
he's out.
Sorry, which one first?
So it's like, so
Alan.
you're saying if you play catch up, like, won't work. You have to maintain it's easier to maintain the lead, or is it you want to catch up to the lead? What do you think is easier?
I'd like to be. Well, the thing is that not last season because we had all those injuries, but the season prior, we chased City from like December on. We chased them till the end of the season, and we just couldn't catch up. So I'd like to be first, and I'd love for Arteta to improve on the past seasons where if we're first, we don't fold under that pressure of being first. That has to be where he makes changes. Maybe it's our, if we're winning the last like 10 games 1-0, like maybe take a page out of everybody else's notebook and learn how to do it in the low block the way we did at Manchester City when we went down a man
Park
all
the
those years
bus.
ago.
At that point, do whatever you can to win it.
Yeah, do the Mourinho. You know what I mean? Like at that point when you're that close, like
there's no shame, honestly. You got to do what you got to do to win it, especially at your point where you haven't won it for so long. At this point, they don't care how you got it.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear a single thing about our Europa League final then. I don't want to hear a damn thing about it.
Okay, so if Arteta doesn't get nothing, it's a failure this year. Another second place, third place. Then what with Arteta? You give him the next season?
I think, like Alan said, I think he's done a wonderful job at instilling a new mentality.
He's quoting you.
But I think if we don't win anything this season, I think the fans are going to start to turn on him. I'll still believe because we're a different Arsenal than we were without him. But I think people are going to start turning on him. And maybe if we don't win anything, I don't think he's going to lose his job. But I think if we don't win anything, we go into next season not looking convincing, I think he might not last.
You
give him more money for another transfer window, or you're all cashed out.
He like I said before, there's no excuses now. He got the players, he got the money. You know what I mean?
He's got the depth.
Yeah, stay away from Semenyo.
Yeah, exactly. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we do nothing this winter. I think we have everything. I mean, unless there's some like crazy injury, if Saka goes out for the rest of the season or something like that, maybe. But yeah, no excuses this time. I'll stick to it.
Okay.
It sounds like because with Postecoglou, it's in a situation where me personally, I was like, whatever the club decide to do is what I'm going to go with. So if they decided to keep him, I was like, okay, I'm on board. If they decide to fire him, okay, I'm on board. I feel like that's the same situation. Do you think he should prioritize the league or the Champions League?
Yes.
So if you're coming towards the end
yes.
If you're coming towards the end of the season and it's like, man, we have all these injuries, we're kind of stretched thin. Which one do you pick? Because
it's possible.
That's
the game right there.
Exactly, because that's what hurts about being a good team is you get to the final stretch, and it's like, okay, we got two big important games. Which one do we plan for? Which one do we put our resources into? Because it's either,
and it's hard for you because
the Champions League, it's knockout or
Champions League.
Hope that
your first
team
title
can
forever.
Yeah, that's the tough thing, man. Because a couple seasons ago, we lost Saliba to injury, and we were in Europa League at the time, and we lost him to injury, and we ended up losing that game. It was a knockout game against I want to say Porto. And it's just like people are thinking, like, imagine we didn't play Saliba and we just rested him instead. We might have gotten that league title instead.
A lot of what
so
ifs,
yeah, it's a lot of what ifs, man. But if we get to that point, I would say just go for the league. If we win the league, we'll be in Champions League again next year.
Yeah.
There's always next year, but the league only comes like the set of players. You know.
I mean, you only can use the Invincibles for so long. You need something. You need new ammo.
I need more.
Would you let us win the Champions League if that meant you winning the league?
No.
No, he still remembers that Sunny.
Why?
He still remembers that Sunny miss.
Keep the drought going.
Why?
No.
You get your league. You get the Premier League. We get the Champions League. Come on.
Well, no. I
already got
remember
one
asking a
you
question
can't
like
get
that.
two.
But
You can't get 2 European trophies over Arsenal right there. He won't allow that.
That's my. I rather win the Champions League than the league.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I want to win the Champions League before Arsenal. Because that we will forever have that.
All right.
Forever.
Question: would you take the Champions League this season if we win the 2 back-to-back right after you?
2 Champions Leagues?
Yeah.
No.
Because you can still say you got the first one. You got it first. But we'll say we got more.
Yeah, exactly.
It's never ending.
Yeah.
All right.
How about you? You win your first one, and then we win 2 back-to-back.
Fuck.
I feel like
3,
Arsenal fans
man.
are so like, hey, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Who won the first one? Who won the first one?
That was the most important one.
I would say no. I'd rather we neither of us have none.
just keep struggling.
The drought will keep going.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right.
That's what I love.
Should we go over mini league?
No.
No. What
Next
happened?
Actually, I got 1 point.
Yeah, you got 1 point. I got 0. I wrote it down. Well, I was gonna update it next week.
You only got 1 point. Yeah,
Pat got 1 point. He's got 15. Pat's got 15. Alan got 7, and I stay at 8.
You.
Ooh. Yeah, I think, man, we all thought that Sunderland would take points off of United, and United shocked at the world, I want to say.
So what does that say more towards United or more towards Sunderland? Sunderland might not be the team that was in 5th.
I want to say this says more about United. I think it looked like a convincing win, and it almost looked like they're starting to, like Randy said, maybe it's a goalkeeper just starting out from the back, everything, that confidence. I think Sunderland's gonna lose games, and everybody expected it. I think we only expected Sunderland to win because of United's form. So like I said, I think this
they
win
weren't sure if Lemens were going to be the goalkeeper. If it was going to be someone else, we thought
they were also sitting
once
5th
they made
with only 1 loss.
Yeah, but like I said, they're going to lose games. I think it's not surprising that they lost. I think, like I said, it's just the way that United won was more convincing. So I think this says more about United. But that's just me. That's my opinion.
Mountain scores, Sesko scores.
Thanks.
I think that's a clean sheet for the debuting goalkeeper. I think it's just looking more for Manchester United, honestly.
Those are statement changes. You know what I mean? Like I said, benching Cunha, new goalkeeper. Those are statement changes, and it worked out. So I want to say United. Sunderland will get back on that horse.
Imagine it was just because their jerseys were still in the dryer and they couldn't go on the pitch. I don't got quarters for my dryer.
Got to go to the river and start doing it the old school way.
What else are they going to start cutting? What possibly can you cut?
Not cutting hair
to make right to make
their personal barbershop that they have in there. It's going to be cut.
See, what they got to do is they got to do the thing where they sell the grass as a memoir.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Barcelona.
Memory.
Yeah, get a piece of grass from Old Trafford. Take it home.
Here, buy a seat. Buy a seat. It can be yours. You can customize it, for a couple more bucks.
Exactly.
They redid the draft for the plans for the new stadium. It doesn't look like a circus.
Oh yeah,
I
think they took the like that carp out, whatever. Yeah. Where are they getting the money for that though? It's so stupid.
They stopped selling veggie sticks or stopped giving them for free.
I think they're gonna start making cameos. Like, hey, you can call Bruno, and he can leave you a little voice message. Happy birthday, whatever. It's.
They're gonna start charging Fergie to say, "Hey, remember those bus rides? They weren't free, and we got the bill right here." But yeah, so an international week, but that was a fun look at the past match weeks. Match week 7. It feels like we should be farther along, but at the same time, like,
oh man, yeah,
man, we are just the tip of the iceberg here. Lots to go. Lots of Tottenham games to lose.
1, 2, 3. 16, 15, 14. They think so. Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham. And the points are only 16, 15, 14. So that you lose 15, one game 14. And we win one game. We're on top.
Wow. Like, okay.
Yeah, but
it's not that far.
I mean, like I said, it's early. It's early. So
yeah,
it's a good showing.
It's early.
It's what it's expected.
Only one of us
honestly.
have lost twice.
We're not counting City out yet, right?
They almost got beat by Brentford.
Rodri's out.
Brentford really almost scored on City.
I just feel like you can never count him out.
You can't. When you have Haaland, you can't. He's a freak of nature, you know. And I have him on my fantasy team, so I'm grateful for it. But that he can score out of nothing. When he scored on Brentford, he basically made that himself. You know, he created that opportunity himself. But Brentford almost did draw it too, and it says a lot because Brentford I think they sit right outside relegation.
I think they might be like 15 or so. Yeah, but I think they have 7 points. But still,
guess who's in 17th?
Who?
Forest. Ange.
Wow.
Loser. Just kidding.
Just where he was last season.
Yeah. Talk about comfort.
Change.
Comfort zone.
Yeah. There's no place like
that's
home.
what I wanted to. It might be a little too late, but with Ange Postecoglou, if he does lose 10 games, do you blame him or do you blame the owner for switching everything up? A lot of people are saying, why did we go from completely like a defensive style to a completely offensive style of playing? But I think that should look bad on the owner too.
Coach.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
really?
my bad.
No.
My bad. I meant to say the owner. It falls. I think on the owner.
It's like 75-25. I think there's a certain responsibility that are on both individuals, but the ownership really kind of just. I feel like he made a very, I don't know,
like a call out of anger,
rash decision. Like it just woke up. He's like, you know what?
Ego move.
I think so too. Even though a lot of Forest fans are saying that Nuno forced the move, he was kind of playing it so that he can get relieved. I don't know how true that is.
If that's the reason, I mean, if that's the case, I think he was probably forcing a move because it was the relationship was not there, and I think that's also still the owner's fault. Like,
that's true.
He's doing a good job, you know.
If I'm asking you for players A, B, and C, and you give me something else, and like, no, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. Of course, I'm be like, you know what? I'm not gonna fail for you guys. You know, this is my reputation. This is my career.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you're right.
Regardless, if he loses, he would have been the scapegoat. Now there's no reason. It's the owner who's the scapegoat.
Yep.
But,
yep. We'll see where that ends up. He's got
season 3's get canceled early.
Yeah, quick cancellation.
All right, thank you for joining us for another episode of Rivals on the Pitch. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button wherever you listen to this podcast, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Make sure to visit the Instagram page, Rivals on the Pitch, TikTok as well, YouTube. And am I missing one?
Only Feet.
You can see Randy's bunions.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I got
so make sure you join us next week. It's still international break, so we'll go over our predictions for the mini league, and that's all I got.
All right.
See y'all next week. I'm Alan.
All right. I'm Randy.
Now I'm Pat.
Koi.
Peace.